In this video, I'll be going over my second week of learning how to draw portraits. I'll be going over what I did, what I focused on, what I struggled with, and what I've ultimately learned throughout this week. Hello everyone, it's just Banana here. I'm a beginner artist that's trying to learn how to draw. And if you're a beginner artist, you've probably been stuck just like me, trying to figure out what should you learn, from where, and what exactly. So in this series, I'll be going over my experiences learning how to draw portraits with the help of the Doodle Warriors course to hopefully set something straight for you guys and help you with any thoughts and tips I have along the way. And if you stay till the end, I will share with you a tip that helped me stay consistent in my studies throughout this week. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So what exactly have I done this week? Well, starting on day 1, I started working on 3/4 layin and I completed the tracing part without line weight. On day 2, I completed the tracing line weight part. So now on day 2, I finished the tracing completely. On day 3, wait, where's day 3? Oh, so basically I overslept on day 3. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And on day 4, moving on, I started working on the freehand. I got to map out all the structure of the face and the proportions and the perspective. So that means I got the jaw, the chin, the cheekbones, the neck, and the ear. And I really started to see the angles and the perspective and kind of the basic structure of the face. On day 5, I completed the whole layin, which means I got the eyes, the eye area, the nose, the mouth, the lips, and all that kind of stuff without the line weight part. On day 6, I finished the line weight part and the freehand itself, and I sent it out on a critique in Discord, in the Doodle Warriors community, and in Study Buddy community, and I got a reply to that layin. Very good people replied to me. I'm really grateful for their response, and we'll talk about their review a little bit later. For now, moving on to day 7, I reviewed the critiques that they were sent to me, and I fixed them on the layin to just see how I could have improved and how I could have drawn it a little bit better. So what did I try to focus on and what did I try to improve this week? Well, I tried to focus on the rhythm of making layins, so that basically means that I try to really get a drawing schedule where I draw 1 hour every day, and I think I stuck to it pretty well. Day 3 not mentioned. And I tried to make my lines straighter than previous week, because previously I felt like they were really curvy. Obviously there's still some lines that I could have done straighter, like the mouth and the lips, but that's just one part of it. I also tried to not bring my work on top of the reference as much. So previously, again, I felt like I was doing it a lot more often than I needed to without actually taking the time to measure the proportions and angles and whatnot by myself. So primarily when after a lot of work, I kind of got exhausted. I was just like, yo, did I just want to finish this? But this time I feel like I kind of held it in. Try to measure them with more options, like measuring the angles, measuring them compared to how they relate to other lines, with using line puzzles as they're called, using the stylus to kind of measure the angles, and obviously the guidelines that I kind of flicked on and off that showed me the vertical guidelines. But I still obviously brought my work over the reference just to make sure before moving on to the next stage of the layin. So what have I struggled with throughout this week? Well, I definitely struggled with a lot of the fine features of the head, which include the eyes, the nose, and the lips. So for the nose, it was really confusing about the shape and about the angles of the lines. And I mean, I just really didn't know what angle to do it and how to really connect it, how to connect the bottom of the nose to kind of the top of the nose. For the lips, because they're mostly round, they kind of go against what we're trying to do here, which is to make the head as boxy as we can, just see the structure. So I really had a lot of trouble drawing them out. And I also forgot to do them in a correct angle according to the angles of lines. Sorry, Angel. my bad. Another thing I struggled with was the eyes, because they're circles and it's really hard to draw circles. I made them too big. I thought the skin was covering too much of the actual eyeball, which now that I'm looking at some other references, I'm seeing that that's not the case. It barely hides anything at all, if any. So that's just something to take out into the next week. So after I was done with the lay-in, it was time to send it out on a critique. So I used 2 Discord servers for this. I used the Discord server for Doodle Warriors community in the bootcamp section, and I used the Study Buddies community that is kind of a part of the Doodle Warriors community, but not quite, because I'm a greedy bastard and I wanted 2 reviews basically. So from the Study Buddies community, it was 6sketches.art. I will leave his Instagram down in the description below. It was really long, extensive, comprehensive, review of my lane. Really good review, gave me tips for the mouth, the lips, the nose, the cheekbones, the eyes, and really gave me reassurance about the time it took me to complete the lane, because it did take me 2 hours for the tracing part and 3 hours for the freehand part. But I think he told me it was just a matter of practice and that my time will go down as the more lanes I do. And for the second critique, it was at Necrocake Art from the Bootcamp Discord. He really gave me a good review about using the tracing as a map for the freehand to kind of solve a puzzle. Also gave me some tips about the mouth circles that should wrap around the chin, and also gave me a special one-on-one where we reviewed the lips and the nose. So special thank you to you. So now, what have I learned this week? Well, I've definitely learned a lot, but what I really want to focus on is that I learned to make the nose a lot more boxy. It can have a little extendies for the wings, but mostly make it very straight lines while tapering to the top of the nose. The lips, make the lips straight on the middle parts. However, the inside line should still be curved. I also learned to use the tracing as a map for the freehand and to put the freehand on top of the tracing from time to time, which I didn't do earlier. And also I learned that my eyes are just too big. I need to make them smaller and rounder. And the second mouth circle needs to connect to the chin and not to the middle of the jaw. And finally, that the cheekbone needs to be a little bit more prominent. Just a little bit, not too much, but could use a little bit of fixing. So, with all that out of the way, it's time to move on to a little bit of a section that I like to call Tip of the Week. This is just a section that I will be giving out just general tips that help me stay on track throughout this week in my drawing schedule. So, do you remember day 3? Or, well, lack thereof of day 3? Well, what happened was I tried to push myself to get up very early in the morning, and what happened was I just felt tired and just ended up going back to sleep. So, which ended in me not having time to draw. So, my lesson for you guys is try to get 8 hours of sleep, and if you can't get 8 hours of sleep for any reason, maybe you're working till late or you have studies or whatever, try to get good quality sleep. So just turn off any phones or anything like that. At least, people say 1 hour, but it really depends on your schedule. But just really try to get a good quality sleep at night. It really helps out. So this will be it for this week. If you guys found any value in this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if there's anything that I missed or any tips that you would like to give out in the comments, make sure to do so down below. And this will be it for this week. See you guys next episode. Bye!